when we are multiplying, we multiply across the top and across the bottom. So a lot of people want to try to cross multiply. Cross multiplying is for something else. That's a solving process. That's not what we're doing. So start by multiplying across the top. Let's see if we can do the mental math. 2 times 15? 30. Okay, and then, oh, across the bottom, I'm not even doing that this morning. Something with an 8. So let's do it on our calculator. So any of them that are a little bit beyond what you want your brain to do? 78. Okay. Now, let's think back to what we did the other day. So we've got this answer. It has to be reduced. Do you think that's reduced? No. And my first clue that it's not reduced is the fact that both numbers are even. So if both numbers are even, I know it needs to be reduced. So this is a calculator process too. So go to your calculator and type it in like we were yesterday. So type in your 30, press your ABC key, and type in your 78. And then hit enter. Do we get 5 over 13? Okay. So make sure you always reduce. So write yourself a note, always reduce, and you can write yourself a second note. How are we reducing? What am I using? What's my buddy? What's my tool to use? Calculator. So these are notes you can write yourself. So as you get older, like me and Mr. Fletcher, you will discover that writing yourself notes is really important and helpful. And so we're gonna kind of start practicing that now. And so again, these are notes you'll want to write, because sometimes when you look back at stuff later, you'll be like, how did I get that answer? What did I do? I don't remember. Okay, so we need to always reduce. And how are we reducing? Calculator. Okay, go to number 3. We need to multiply across the top, across the bottom. Ooh, the bottom one we can do. What's this gonna be? Mental math for this one. What do we do when we multiply by a 10? Okay, back to the warm-up. What happens when we multiply by a 10? You remember what goes on the end? 0. Perfect. So this will just be 630. Alright, so the top one I'm going to use my calculator for. 9 times 21, 189. Now this one I look at and I'm like, maybe I can reduce it, maybe I can't. I'm not sure. Should I check? Yes, always. The answer is always. So I'm going to take my calculator, I'm going to do 189. I'm going to type my ABC button, and then I'm going to type in my 630 and hit enter. Oh, it did reduce. See, I did not see that one coming because I thought 189, that could be even a prime number. Okay. Are we ready for number 6? Yep. Okay, multiply across the top. I think I'm going to use my calculator for both. And across the bottom. You don't have to circle them, but if it helps you, do it. 8 times 14 is my top number. I get 112. And then multiply your bottom number. Ooh, I can tell I can reduce that. How do we know we can reduce? Are they both even? Yeah, that's our clue. Alright, reduce. I'm going to take my calculator off the screen. You're going to do it, I'm going to do it, and somebody's going to tell me the answer. Ooh, I got my answer. What'd you get? 7 over what? 7 over 12. Yep, for 6. 7 12. And remember, if you're doing a couple steps, it always helps me if you show me like, hey, this is my final answer. Like, I know I did some work, but this is what I want you to look at. Alright, let's come down here to number 7. Multiplying across the top. 20 times 11. Somebody besides Jordan tell me. What do you get? What is it? 220. 220. And then on the bottom, oh, that one I can do. 3 times 9. 27. Alright, now, can I reduce this? I don't know. I'm gonna check. My calculator's gonna help me. I'm thankful for the technology in my life. So 220 over 27. Ooh, okay. Ooh, what does that mean? What do you think that means? 8 and 4 27s. So this is giving me my answer as a mixed number. So let's talk about mixed numbers for just a second. Mixed number. So in math, we are not a creative group of people. And my mom used to joke she could have told I was going to go into something that was math related because I was never creative. So I had a stuffed animal as a kid and I named it Blue Duck. Can you envision what it looked like? I also had a stuffed animal named Pink Bunny. It was a pink bunny. So like I'm a very literal person. Mathematicians are very literal people. When it says mixed number, that's what it is. It's a mix of numbers. It's a mix of a whole number and a fraction. You see how it's a mix of the two? That's why we call it a mixed number. It's got both parts. So the 8 is our whole number, and then this is our fractional part. If you think of it as a thing, and I don't know why with fractions, but like I always think of food. So if you had 8 candy bars in front of you, those would be your wholes. And then if you had a candy bar, and I'm envisioning the Hershey's ones, you know, the ones where you can break the little rectangles apart. Let's say there were 27 of those rectangles, which would be weird, but we're gonna push past that. Let's say there were 27 of those rectangles, and I broke off 4 of them and gave them to you. So you would have 8 whole candy bars and then 4 of those little Hershey rectangles. Does that make sense? That's what that would represent. Alright, number 8. Ooh, I can do the top part. What is 3 sevens? 21. And then on the bottom, 126. Agreed. Alright, so then I'm going to clear that out and let's see if we can reduce. I think we might be able to. 1/6. That's much smaller. So remember when we're reducing, we're trying to get these numbers to be something smaller and easier to work with. Alright, we're already on the last one. You ready? 5 times 21. I don't know that off the top of my head. Let's see, 105, yep, because 5 times 2 is 10 and then 105. Yep, I like it. What about 6 times 5? 30. Alright, this one's going to give me a mixed number too. The reason that I know it's a mixed number, anytime the number on top, so anytime your numerator is bigger than the denominator, that's when you get these mixed numbers. So I'm mentally prepared to see that letter U again. So I got 3, that means that's my whole, and then 1/2 is the fraction. So again, if you're thinking about it as food, because food motivates my life a lot. If you got 4 pizzas, this would be me giving you 1, 2, 3, and then cutting the other in half and giving you that as well. I did a lot of cheese. That makes sense? Yep. Okay.